Mike Owens with Inside Fighting, joined today by Marquel Mederos, who returned to action at UFC 316 and picked up a big win over Mark Choinski. Markel, great to sit down and chat for the first time. How are your emotions after this victory?
Uh, Emotions are good, man. It was a good fight, a good victory. I think the first fight where I actually felt like um I went out and earned the victory, so it definitely feels good.
What was your experience like fighting in Newark, New Jersey?
It's cool, man. You know, East Coast people. I mean, I don't know if you do know if you've ever been to the East Coast of like the
Mm.
U.S. They're very like straightforward, very blunt, but they go hard with everything. So, um, even one of my coaches did a like a recording of me walking out there in the fight. So Choinski had gotten the cage and my his song had went off. And my song was about to cut on one of the dudes in the crowd. He was like, that shit was weak anyway. I was like, yeah, these New Jersey people, man, I like them. So it was fun fighting on the East Coast for sure.
So, where are you from? You're Texas, is that right?
Yeah, I'm from Texas, man.
Whereabouts?
Dallas.
Oh, okay, sick. I've been to Austin, but never been to any of the other. But I like Texas. Texas is cool.
Man, you went to the one city in Texas that's not like real Texas.
I've heard this before.
Yeah.
I went to, yeah, I've heard this before. So I'll have to
But I
get
mean,
to,
Austin is fun as hell, though. I'm pretty sure you had fun. So
yeah, I'll have to get to Houston or Dallas or Fort Worth or somewhere like that one day.
yeah.
Do you fought on a pay-per-view? You fought
Right.
on a fight night with a crowd, and you fought on an Apex card. Do you notice the difference for the preparation or obviously for the 15 minutes in the cage?
Um, I feel like no. Okay, this is how I break it down. Yeah, Apex fight is gonna feel more like a LFA Fury Cage Warriors type scene,
Mm,
right? It's gonna still feel like a regional fight because there's not many people there. Like you
mm,
can still, if you got your mom in the crowd, you're gonna hear it clearly. She's gonna be
mm.
screaming and shit. So that's what that feels like. The fight night is is uh is different, but not too much more different. Mind you, I've only fought early on the cards. So
Mm.
I think once you start getting towards the main card, that's where it differs. But the one thing I will say is that the pay-per-view people do show up a little bit earlier. And it is a little bit different. But I mean it's all in due time because I don't think, especially at the stage where I'm at now, that it makes a huge difference until you start getting into those deeper ends on the card.
Mm. Have you watched your fight back? And if so, what do you make of your performance?
Yeah, I watched it back multiple times. I'm one of them dudes who watch it till I get every little detail. I think it's some things I could work. Even though it was a dominant victory and I loved it, I loved the fight. I definitely should have finished him. There was a point when I did the stomp on his leg.
Mm.
If I He like grimaced in like pain. If I would have just backed up, I definitely feel like I don't know Jason. I feel like Jason Herzog was not trying to stop the fight. There was a couple of times I dropped him with the calf kick and I looked at him and he looked at me and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just keep kicking his ass. But nah, I noticed that if I would have backed off, I could have finished them. And then, I mean, other stuff is just small details I need to work on for sure.
So I've never seen someone stomp on someone's. We've seen like foot stomps before when people are up against the cage, but I've never seen like a leg stomp like that where someone drives the bottom of their foot into someone's shin or someone's calf. Was that like a heat of the moment thing, or is that something you've been practicing in the training room?
Nah, I'm not doing that to my boys. Nah, I'm not doing it to them. I'll be in some real fights at the gym, but
Mm,
nah, I was kicking it like if you watch it, I was kicking him from the side when he was on
mm.
the ground, and then he just laid the leg down, and I was like, I'm kicking that shit again, so I just decided to stomp it. I mean, yeah, it was definitely just heated the moment. I'm not at the house kicking my kids and shit like that.
So you're full time at Factory X now, is that right?
No, I was at Factory X. That's the
Okay.
gym I was at. I'm at MMA Lab now.
Oh, okay. In
Yeah,
Arizona.
yeah, in Arizona.
Oh,
Yep.
nice, nice. So who are the main people you're working with out of the MMA lab?
Obviously, John Crouch, head
Mm.
coach. Um, Randy Stanky, the striking coach. I do a lot of work with Benson Henderson. And then just the whole fight team. I'm one of those dudes. I try to, if I see you're good at something, I want to be as good as you at it. So I'm
Mm.
gonna ask you what you do and how you do it. And then when I perfect it, I'll go find somebody else and go grab some from their game. So yeah.
But it's important to move around to get to go to different gyms and to get new looks. Sometimes people can get stuck in one spot, and it's important to try and learn as much as you can because not everybody has all the answers.
Yeah, 100%. I think what's that quote they say? The day you stop learning is the day you start losing. So
Mm,
I think anytime you get in a new environment too, it forces that uncomfortability because I was so comfortable at Factory X and I was established there. And anytime anybody came in the gym, I was already one of the top guys at the gym. So it was like you build a certain level of comfort and routine and everything. And when you have to do it all over again and start at the not the low end of the totem pole because I was in the UFC when I went there, but the low end of the totem pole of I'm not one of their guys.
mm.
Um, and I don't know if you train any, but you always know that people who started at gym, they always have priority. So you
Of
kind of have to
course.
work your way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely been a growth process, but I mean they've been very inviting, and I'm glad to be there for sure.
So 3-0 to start UFC career couldn't have asked so much better.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Now I think is where we start getting some real fights. I had a couple fights that I had taken on short notice,
Mm.
that I had to pull out on, but I think these next few will be like some proven fights.
Have you got a name in mind for someone who you'd like to face next?
I want to run that back with that Bolaji Oki guy I was supposed to fight. But if not, I mean, I don't care. I mean, sometimes it doesn't always work out. Things happen, and then if not, whoever they give me.
Still fairly young in your career. What is it, like 10, 11 fights, something like that? Do you want to take your UFC career fast and get up the rankings as quickly as you can? Or are you one of those guys who want to take it a little bit slower, learn on the job, and when the time's right to move up the division, you'll be ready?
I don't think I have a specific plans. I'm just letting the pieces fall where they may. I think my if I go fast, let's do it fast. Because if I go slow, let's do it slow. But I think more of the learning is more in the gym. I think a fight is a fight, man. I That's why when you ask me about the arena things, me personally, it doesn't make it doesn't make me any different. We could be fighting in a parking lot. We could be fighting in front of
Mm.
10,000 people. I'm gonna fight the exact same way. So it doesn't matter if I get pushed faster, let's do it. If I get the slow route, let's do it. I'm with whatever y'all want to do.
Is there something you feel like you do better than anybody in the 155-pound division?
Mm, I'll say feints for sure. Feints and setting traps.
Certain
I think
traps.
those two things. I mean, a lot of these guys, like some of these guys hit hard. Some of these guys have like good kicks. A lot of these guys are super good wrestlers, but like feints and setting traps on the feet, I think I might be the best at that.
What do you make of the title fight in a couple of weeks' time? Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira for the vacant belt. How do you see that one playing out?
For some reason, I think it's gonna play out like this. I think Ilia's gonna win it. Paddy will have a fight in the meantime, and then I think Paddy will be fighting Ilia for the belt. I don't know why. I just think that's it's like a intuition that I have. I think that's what's gonna happen. So
You're
I
not
think Ilia win it, and then Paddy will end up fighting somebody, and then he'll fight Ilia for the belt.
you're not the first person who said that to me. That seems to be a lot of people thinking that's how things might just line up. How big do you think that fight would be if it actually happens?
That'd be fucking crazy, man. Because the you know all the little history that they had.
Mm.
It'll be interesting for sure. Because it's like I don't know, and their body types are so different. I guess we'll have to see how he if he just goes out there and mops up Charles. Maybe I don't know because it's weird because we haven't really seen Topuria's ground game in the UFC besides Yusuf when he fought Yusuf and then when he fought Bryce Mitchell. But Patty's a motherfucker on the ground, bro. So I don't know. I don't know. Who do you think will win that fight, Patty or Ilia?
I might be
Don't put
slightly biased. I might be
yeah.
slightly biased. No. I think here's what I'd say. Both guys can win it, and that's what makes it a great fight. You could
Yeah.
you could see Ilya knocking out Paddy on the feet. You could see Paddy subbing Ilya on the ground. It's one of those fights that I tell you what. For one thing, though, I do think whoever if that fight is made, whoever wins will win it very dominantly. It will be dominant in either way. I think.
Mm. Why do you say that?
Because I think either Paddy won't be able to get Ilya down and Ilya will have a massive advantage on the feet, or Paddy
Mm,
will be able to get Ilya down and might have a massive advantage on the ground, plus the size.
I can see that. Yeah, Patty's huge. Boy, getting around 200 pounds outside of camp. Yeah, he's a big boy.
Last one from me, and I'll let you go. Good start to the year, 2-0. What are the rest of your goals for 2025?
Let's go two more no probably. I think I don't know. I'm trying to see how you're gonna play because I feel like they're already booking out till August. I see a lot of people getting booked in August already. So at least one more. At least one more 3-0 this year.
I love it. Well, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed the victory. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you back in the octagon soon.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.